We're talking tech
On a Tuesday.
So for years, people have been comparing billionaire industrialist Elon Musk to Tony Stark. And the comparison is actually pretty warranted. At just 44 years old, Musk has already single-handedly changed the American automotive industry through his Tesla electric car company and its advances in battery technology. His company SpaceX has helped keep space exploration alive, and his Hyperloop idea might just be the future of long-distance travel.
But on a recent episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, God, it feels so good to say that now, Musk revealed that he may in fact not be the superhero industrialist we all thought he was, and might actually be a supervillain.
Ooh. Because Musk's plan for how humans should colonize Mars involves nuclear bombing the shit out of it.
Good! He said Mars is a fixer-upper of a planet. So first you're going to have to live in transparent domes, but eventually you can transform Mars into an Earth-like planet.
Okay, Elon, how do we do that?
Well, his response, you'd warm it up. There's the fast way and the slow way. The fast way to drop thermonuclear weapons over the poles.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Sure.
that sounds completely fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, you got any better ideas, Poindexter? No, you don't. Nuking the ever-loving hell out of the red planet could just be the kick in the pants that Mars needs for it to become our new home planet when we inevitably ruin this one beyond repair.
I just think of a villain sitting up in space going, I'm going to blow up Mars unless you give me $1 billion. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, that saves us a lot of money.
Yeah. No, shit.
While nuking Mars, poles would theoretically warm the planet and melt a bunch of ice to create oceans, actual scientists are calling bullshit on this, or at the very least saying it's a lot more complicated than that.
Oh. Yeah, even with a constant barrage of nuclear weapons warming up Mars, it'll still take centuries before any real results can be seen. And in the meantime, now you've got radioactive isotopes floating around in all of the air, which you really shouldn't breathe. And then there's also the possibility that dropping a bunch of nukes on Mars would kill whatever living organisms may be present on the planet that we haven't even found yet.
Yeah.
They'd be dead before we even discover them.
Yeah. I hope that North Korea would be a good, like, we're gonna nuke Mars. Don't do it.
No, Kim.
Don't do it.
Kim, please.
But listen, we like the enthusiasm. Elon Musk didn't get where he is by playing it safe or by the book. Most of his successful ideas would have sounded absurd 30 years ago. So, who knows? 30 years from now, we might just be nuking every planet in the solar system just to see what happens. We did it to the moon back in 2009. We did it to the moon.
It wasn't a nuke, but it was a very, very large bomb.
Okay.
And it was kind of this thing like, see what happens.
Let's see if maybe it creates bigger waves in our oceans. I don't know, sure.
Fuck it. But whether or not Musk's plans for Mars ever see fruition, the guy is still absolutely raking it in with his Tesla Motors electric car company. And in addition to Tesla's own success, it's been a beacon for change in the automotive industry as a whole, pushing other, older, stingier, stauncher auto companies to get into the electric car game in order to keep up.
It also helps, they're like breaking the mold on dealerships because they sell direct to customer and a lot of people are liking that. So.
Yeah.
Last week, electric cars scored a huge win when Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti announced that the city of LA would be taking on 160 pure battery electric vehicles and another 128 plug-in hybrids, making LA the owner of the largest fleet of electric cars in the country.
Woo!
Praise him.
Yeah.
Good
So
mayor.
the cars will be divided up between police, fire, Department of Water and Power, yada yada. And the LAPD in particular is making out pretty good. They're getting a Tesla loaned to them, a Model S, and then BMW is loaning them a BMW i, which is a hideous car, but it actually kind of looks all right as a cop car.
It looks like a futuristic cop car.
Yeah, it looks like something from like RoboCop.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
Awesome.
Also in another huge win for legitimizing electric cars as something that isn't totally lame and weak, Porsche just announced their Mission E 4-door sedan. So that's their first attempt at an electric car at all, and it's pretty badass with 600 horsepower, a top speed of around 155 miles per hour, and 0 to 60 in under 3.5 seconds, which is incredible.
Yeah.
It'll have a range of about 311 miles per charge.
For now, it's a concept car. It's got no real-world release announced, but those numbers are pretty on par with the Tesla Model S. And honestly, this Porsche looks way cooler than the Tesla. Like, Teslas have always just sort of had this generic, like, kind of futuristic looking, but not really remarkable look. The Porsche look is fucking timeless. They've barely changed it since the 50s. So it's very likely that if the Mission E was released, it would appeal to a lot more people than the Tesla Model S does. So make the car, Porsche!
You know it's gonna be prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, but
at least the Tesla's like, I mean, it's not affordable for the average person, but they're making one that is.
Right,
Yeah.
but like you see here in like West Hollywood especially, you see
They're
Porsches all the
everywhere.
time.
Well, and you see
Teslas.
too. So. But that's enough car news. Let's move on to the world of medicine, where some pretty futuristic shit has been happening lately.
Yeah, DARPA, the U.S. military's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, is responsible for a ton of high-tech stuff that eventually crosses over into the mainstream, including basically laying the groundwork for the internet back in the 60s with their ARPANET project.
The most recent example of crazy sci-fi shit DARPA has made a reality was unveiled last week when they put out a press release saying that they'd successfully given a robotic arm to a 28-year-old man who has been paralyzed for over a decade, and that he can not only control it, he can also feel with it, which is insane to even think about.
The first part had previously been accomplished by DARPA in recent years thanks to a robotic arm developed by Johns Hopkins University's Applied Physics Laboratory. But now being able to restore the sense of touch via a robotic limb, that's a first, and it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, they revealed findings last week at a DARPA Technology Forum event called Wait, What? Which is honestly the most stupidly accurate name for a future technology thing ever conceived.
Yeah.
So,
wait, what?
Yeah, wait, what? They said that they tested the patient's sensory skills while he was blindfolded, and that the patient was able to report with nearly 100% accuracy which of his robotic fingers was being touched.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Just stick a bunch of wires in his head. Anyway, real practical, affordable robotic limbs that can sense touch are still decades away, unfortunately. But it's really cool that scientists are pushing forward with research into it. Someday, losing a limb or becoming paralyzed will be something that medical science can just fix, and then cyborgs will be walking amongst us.
I don't know if you'd want the touch. If you got a robot arm, you want to be able to like crush shit, punch through walls.
If you have no arms, you can't feel boobs anymore.
That's like the okay. So
Or butts.
get a touch glove. You put the touch
I'm
glove
sure you
on.
can like turn it off and on.
Yeah, when you want to punch through a wall, if you leave it on, you forget. You're really gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
If I have a robot arm, I don't want to feel pain.
Nope, no pain, just pleasure.
Yeah, only the pleasure stuff. All right. It might not even require robotics soon if Italian doctor Sergio Canavero gets his way. Now, we previously told you about Dr. Canavero's outlandish plan to give a terminally ill Russian man a head transplant, or rather body transplant, depending on which way you want to look at it, on an episode of Weekly Weird News a few months back.
The reaction of much of the medical field at the time was to laugh, say, "You're joking, right?"
Which is, ironically, the name of his new medical convention. You're joking, right?
Yeah. And then they'd mutter, "God help us all," under their breath after realizing that Dr. Canavero wasn't joking at all. Most experts concluded that the chances for success in this operation were just extremely low.
Yeah. But Dr. Canavero is convinced he can do it, and his patient still wants to go through with it because he'll be dead in a few short years anyway. And now they've set a date for the procedure, December 2017. That's just 2 years from now. Just over 2 years.
That's the amount of time that Canavero thinks it'll take to perfect the plan and make all the right calculations in order for the 36-hour surgery to be a success. So there you go, folks. A human head transplant is actually going to happen in a very short amount of time.
What does this guy's lab look like right now? Is he just sewing heads onto like dead pigeon bodies?
Yeah, just practicing.
And like sewing like a monkey head onto a. It looks like the doctor from
Dr.
South
Moreau?
Park.
Oh.
No, the South Park doctor.
Well,
He's gonna have a 7-assed monkey before he does the head transplant.
I mean, these are all steps.
Yeah, gotta take steps.
But in more practical but still crazy medical science news, an Australian prosthetics company called Anatomics recently 3D printed a new fucking rib cage for a guy in Spain who is losing his sternum and some ribs due to cancer.
Yeah, by using high-res 3D CT scans of the patient's chest, they were able to design this thing to fit his ribcage perfectly, and then 3D printed it using a $1.3 million electron beam 3D printer, which is like a normal 3D printer but prints fucking titanium metal.
Everyone's body's different, so custom 3D printing prosthetics based off of CT scans is by far the most accurate way to design and make prosthetics, and it's likely that we'll be seeing a lot more and more of this kind of thing in medicine as 3D printing becomes more and more common.
Yeah, so this has been a pretty deep Tech Tuesday, an actual informative one.
Science.
So far we've talked about colonizing Mars, the rise of electric vehicles, and some amazing advances in medical technology. And that's all cool, or whatever, I guess, I don't know. But get ready for the biggest and most important story of the week, and you guys have been asking for it for years now. What is it, Elliot?
Guys, Facebook is finally getting a dislike button.
Oh, praise be! Praise be. That's great news.
Yeah.
Much cooler than saving people's lives. That now you can be a dick to them. It's great. For years after years of people have asked for this. They've been wanting Facebook to give them some kind of way to thumbs down on people's posts, and people writing, where's the dislike button?
Where's the dislike
button? Yeah.
Dislike.
Now they have to have the Michael Jackson popcorn gif as a one button click too.
Yeah, that should just
Yeah, there you go. I know he's in here. I know he's in here eating that popcorn.
The Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
Where's my son?
Yeah.
So Mark Zuckerberg made the big reveal at a Q&A this morning saying, I think people have asked about the dislike button for many years. Today is a special day because today is the day I can say that we're working on it and shipping it.
And that's about it. I mean, he's not saying much about it until it's done, I guess, except that it's not going to be the same as downvoting on Reddit. So there you go. That's the biggest tech story of the week. I would assume that the dislike button will, I would imagine for brands and media posts and stuff like that. I don't know if it'll be on your personal post. You think it will be? You think they'll let people be that fucking aggressive? Not even passive aggressive, just straight up aggressive?
Well, it sounded kind of like, it might not even be a way of like ranking. Like he said, based on what he said, it kind of sounds like when someone posts like, my grandma died, and then people click like, it'll be something like dislike or like I'm sad for it or something. Yeah,
I don't know.
Which that's even weirder.
What I could imagine is that it doesn't let the person know it's been disliked, but when someone dislikes something, it removes the post from their feed or something like that. I think it's gonna be a lot less aggressive than what we're all thinking.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest story of the week.
Yeah.
You fucking jerks.
Forget about electric cars and Mars and robotics.
Fixing people's problems.
Yeah.
We're getting a dislike button, baby. You did it. Watch our interview with Elijah Wood. Watch our recent episode of News Dump where we make fun of Rachel Dolezal. What's her name? The black lady?
Nicole Arbor.
Nicole Arbor, the white lady. I got it. They're both white, actually. So watch all those, and we'll see you guys next time.
Rachel Dolezal. I wonder what she's up to right now.